YouTube, what's up guys? Hope everyone's having a great day. We are back with my 2000 Toyota MR2 Spyder. Very in high demand right now. Everyone wants JDM cars, and this is one of them. Going through the roof. I got a full done up one that I've had forever. It has a 2ZZ on it, and it's turboed, and a 6-speed. I was driving it the other day, and all of a sudden I got a huge smell of gas. And then the car started sputtering. And I was like, I wonder what that was. So I went into the gas station and I bought gas and I filled up. And all of a sudden, as I was driving up, gas started coming out underneath the car. And I was like, what the heck? I was able to make it home, but unfortunately I couldn't figure out where the gas was coming from. So I ended up opening up this because I just put a very large fuel pump. And I thought that maybe one of the connectors that I did on the fuel pump side was loose. I ended up doing a little bit more research and I turned the car back on and it came from the fuel rail. So I ended up removing the fuel rail. This is it right here. It's pretty easy on a 2ZZ MR2. It's 12 millimeters to do that. You just unhook all the clips, and then I pulled out all of my 550, I think these are 550 Denso injectors, and I was missing, or not missing, but some of these seem to be kind of worn out, which are about 4 or 5 years old. But I was missing, when I reinstalled these, I never put this little insulator thing here. So I think what happened was one of the O-rings blew, even though I couldn't find a crack. But I think one of the O-lines blew, and then it was having gas come out all over the engine. It's crazy. I'm so glad. It still smells like gas in here. All over the engine. It was like making a puddle. It's crazy. So I'm gonna fix it. I'm just kind of having fix after fix with the MR2. But let's go ahead and do this now. So what we're gonna do is I bought new. I went to the auto parts store, and these are so expensive. But I bought new seals that are for the lower part, the O-ring, and for the insulator. So let's go ahead and open these up. So I ended up putting these on the car, I think in 2016. So I don't think I've removed them since then. So I'm pretty impressed that I've driven that far without them. But I think when I put the new extra large AEM fuel pump on it, it was something it couldn't hold. So this is where it rests right here on the intake manifold. This is the little isolator cushion that I was missing right here, and then here's the O-ring. So I bought all new ones. They're not Toyota parts. These are $85. The Toyota parts were $130 from Toyota, and they had to order them. So I just went and got these ones. I think they're fine. Here is an OEM one, so it's very similar. It's almost identical. But again, I didn't have an isolator. So I am going to put these on. I will put a little bit of lubricant on them though, so I want them to not dry out. They are brand new and they look new. This is what they look like when they're new. So we'll put a little bit of lubricant so that everything goes on, and then we'll reinstall these injectors on my TurboKits.com turbo. Okay, that looks way better. So all of them are on. So the city resting pad, the little isolator, and then the fuel injector O-ring, and then I cleaned them up a little bit. So they look really, really good. We will be doing this on a CELICA GTS really soon. The difference between this is, look how easy it is to get to the turbo. There's a turbo. The difference on this is all the injector and the intake manifold side is on the front, and it's up tucked underneath there on the 2ZZ. On the CELICA, it's just switched. All the turbo stuff is hard to reach, and then the electronic stuff on the front of the engine is much easier. And I actually think that the CELICA is easier to work on the electronic side, but once you put the turbo on the CELICA, you're like never wanting to take it out. It's very cramped back there, and I'll show you guys when I do the turbo build. I don't have my turbo for my CELICA GTS yet, but we have it for the MR2, and this is just as cool. My third 2ZZ car that I'll be owning that's turboed. So let's go ahead and grab these injectors and throw them on. So I actually put the car back together and went to start the car, and it had a leak again. So I located it. It's probably from this fuel rail here. I think that this thing in the middle, which I have no idea what this is. I still don't know what this is. It's like a pressure fuel regulator. There's a little seal in the middle of it, and it popped. So I actually ordered a monkey wrench racing one. but I don't want to use it because it's very expensive. It's like $300 for the monkey wrench racing. It's going to be beautiful, but on the 2ZZ MR2, it's hidden up underneath there where the intake manifold is. Actually, let me turn my light on real quick, and you're just not going to be able to see it. And then in addition to that, there's going to be a plastic cover that goes over that typically. So I don't want to use the MWR one, even though I ordered it. Redline Ricer actually had another one of these from the 1ZZ, so he's going to let me have that and try that to see if it works. I think the oversized fuel pump is what caused all this issue. So anyways, I pulled this off, and the way that you had to do it is you had to get this little tool. It's a Lyle. It's a funny brand, Lyle. I'll have it linked. But you have to use this, and this allows you to get the fuel rail off. What it does is it clips onto this, just there goes the fuel, onto here, just like this, and then you push on it, and it pops off the fuel line right there, and then you can get the fuel rail off. So we're gonna try another 1ZZ MR2 fuel rail, and hopefully it doesn't leak from here. I did open this right here, and let me show you guys real quick. Yeah, it's a very weird piece. I don't know what that does. It's always been on that 1ZZ, I don't know, but I pulled this screw off. It's really tiny. I don't know if you, there is a seal on it. I don't know if that seal went bad, but there was fuel pouring out everywhere. So we'll try the 1ZZ from Redliner, from the MR2, and hopefully it fixes it. If not, I'll show you guys how to install the MWR one on this build. I don't want to use it on this build. I'd rather use it on my turbo build. But that should be here tomorrow, so let's try to reinstall this 1ZZ with the new fuel injectors over here, and then we'll we should be able to drive the MR2 again by the end of this video. So I'll wait for that to the next day, and then we'll go from there. We'll be getting this MR2 back up. 5 days later, I think it's 5 days. It might even be a week. I don't know how many days later. It's a long time later. We're gonna be installing a monkey wrench fuel racing kit, fuel rail. Why? Because I put a 1ZZ on this, or 2ZZ, but it was facing the wrong way. It was from Redliner, very nice. Thank you so much for letting me have that. It didn't work. So that fuel rail didn't work with this. I needed a MR2 1ZZ, and because this one's leaking, and I can't figure out the leak. I thought it was this tiny little seal. I have no idea what it is. So I just put a new seal on it, started leaking again. I think it's this oversized AEM fuel pump. So I went to Monkey Wrench Racing, and they hooked me up, as always. Matt or Greg or Gary or whoever it is, you guys are amazing, love you guys. But let's go ahead and look what I got. So this is what I ordered. It's probably the most aesthetic thing there is for a 2ZZ. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Pretty expensive, but I had to have it because my MR2 doesn't work. I really wanted to use this, to be honest. I would love to use this on the turbo build. Look how aesthetic that is. On their website, it shows that this is blue and pink. It's actually not, comes black. Very aesthetic. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. New hardware. This is to a kit right here to remove the fuel rail line to the fuel, where is, I don't know if I have my tool. To the fuel, oh, it's right here. To the fuel, right here. To remove this guy, you have to pop this off, which I'm gonna have to redo it again. But to pop that line off, you have to have a tool, which is this. Use this one. The one that they give you with the yellow one doesn't work as well. Use this Lyle one, and it'll really help. So let's go ahead and pull off the 1ZZ MR2 SPYDER fuel rail with the new seal and all those new O-rings, and put that onto the Monkey Wrench Racing one. So that one's leaking. So this is the original. This is gonna be the Monkey Wrench. This is so beautiful. I might have to order another one of these. Monkey Wrench, you guys are so good. Look at this thing. High flow fuel rail, very good because I got that new large pump on my car. So it comes with this larger studs right here. I don't know why you need 4 of them. I have to read the rest of the instructions. But we'll use these with the OEM spacers, I believe, that are already on there. And then what we need to do is take this end cap, cap this side off so it looks like this. Then we'll run this fuel line, the new aftermarket fuel line, like that, back into the OEM fuel line, which is over there. So let's go ahead and set this up. Let's put a little of this tape on here, thread tape on this. This is a plug, beautiful. Man, they did a good job. We're gonna put it on this end because we don't want fuel coming out of that side. So once we've blocked that MWR fuel rail right there, we're gonna go ahead and put this like that on there. Put some, do you guys call this Teflon tape? But this is fast tape. Teflon or whatever, sealant. We'll put it right here, and then we'll also put a little bit right there, and these two will be connected, followed by this that goes into the OEM fuel rail, or fuel line. Again, Monkey Wrench Racing, you guys are the best. So it says right here, it says use the 80 millimeters for the 2ZZ. Well, which one was that? Well, 80s are longer than 70s, so it's the two left ones. So we're gonna use those. My assembly is complete of this. I actually did get like a dark gray Teflon tape, so it looks really good. This is like a super aesthetic piece. Freaking gorgeous. We'll end up putting this big old fuel well right on there. I really almost want to get one of these for the 2ZZ MR or CELICA. That piece is absolutely stunning, and I'm so disappointed that we can't see it because it's tucked up underneath this firewall, the 2ZZ turbo. So what we're gonna do now is gonna go into the front of the car. You're gonna grab your key, your ignition, and in your ignition, you're gonna crank it 3 times. 1, 2, and I can hear it pressurized, and then 3. And then we're gonna come back and look for leaks in the fuel rail. No leaks. So that fixed that problem. So there we go. Sweet. Okay. So let's go ahead and wrap all this up, and I fixed that problem. Thank you, Monkey Wrench. You guys are the best. Monkey Wrench, you guys, they're 2ZZ kings. They're the best. Okay, 2ZZ did start. I did drive around the block, but it was very sputtery and didn't really want to idle. So I thought it was plugs. Yeah, so here's a plug that I just cleaned, right? I just cleaned that. This is what the plug looked like. Oh my gosh. No wonder why I was sputtering. So I'm gonna clean these up. I might have to go buy some new ones. I just bought new ones. These are their Iridiums, NGK, BK6. The 6 is not the 7s. But yeah, that fuel rail is so beautiful. I'm so disappointed it's hidden. But that's how we install it. This is a long video. Let's clean up these plugs and see if I can get this thing to drive. All right, I'm gonna end the video here. The car runs, it's just sputtery again. I don't know why. So I took the mass airflow sensor off and I sprayed it down with some mass airflow sensor. I don't know why it's sputtering. I might do a compression test. To be honest, one of the things that I wanted to do before I did all this and I had this big giant leak was I wanted to do a fuel injector test, because these have been on my car for a long time, these injectors, and I did run this fuel pump, or not this fuel pump, my Marlboro fuel pump without a fuel sock. There was no fuel sock. So it could have sucked up some stuff that pushed it into the injectors, and then with the 320 AEM, it could have really pushed that junk or debris in the injectors, and now they may not be good. They might be sputtering, and that's why it's all sooty. So I think what I'll probably end up doing is removing, well, we'll put the mass airflow sensor on. If it works, then great, woohoo! If not, if it doesn't work, then what I'll do is pull the injectors off. They're 550s or 440s, I can't remember. I think they're 550s from turbokits.com. And I'll take those to my guy, my doctor injector guy, and he'll clean them and let me know if they're good fuel flow. That could be another issue. Other than that, the car should be working. I don't know why it's sputtering. It doesn't feel very fast right now, and I think it's the injectors. I really do think it's the injectors. But that's how you install a new fuel rail. Got rid of this. This thing, if anyone knows what this thing in the middle is, please comment down below. I asked all my friends and I couldn't find out. This is a hunk of junk. This is going in the trash. I can still see fuel coming out of it. Make sure to like, subscribe, swing by MITCHDORE.com. I haven't posted that for sale, but I will soon. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, man, I wish that fuel rail was on my turbo LOTUS. It's too bad that beautiful thing from Monkey Wrench is hidden. It is such an awesome piece. I can't recommend that enough. But that's how you install that. Make sure to like, subscribe, swing by MITCHDORE.com. See you guys in the next video.